Tactical Performance Center. Got a shotgun set up. We're going to talk about how we feed this gun if we have to reload it under pressure. What that means is I want to figure out the fastest way to get this thing reloaded that I can practically carry around. Now, we're not going to talk about quad loading or dual load because, quite frankly, I think those are only competitive techniques, and the holders right now aren't something you can just carry around for ammo on the shotgun. In fact, for the most part, people don't carry extra shotgun ammo on their person. It's carried on the shotgun. So this is an 870 Police I've set up. It's actually a police trade-in gun, so some law enforcement officer in northern Utah was using this as their patrol shotgun. And it's set up the way a lot of LE guns are. It's got a 6-round side saddle, and this particular shotgun has a Speedfeed stock. So I have 4 shells kept in this stock. So I have 10 extra rounds on board this gun, plus 6 in the tube and 1 in the chamber if I start with it all the way hot. Now, if I am going to carry extra ammo, the easiest, fastest, least obtrusive way is a 4-round speed stripper style Caddy. You'll hear these called California Competition Works or something like that. These are my old competition ones from back in the day when this was what we did. These are from Man Mountain Engineering. They have very good shell retention, they're very low profile, and they're pretty quick to load out of. So we're going to try 3 methods. What the drill is going to be, I'm going to start with 1 round in the gun, I'm going to empty it out, and I'm going to have to load 4 shells and then fire another one, which means I'm going to also have to manage the slide. I'm either going to leave it open, load the chamber, or I'm going to work it all the way, thumb 4 in somehow, and then recharge the gun. The first method I'm going to do is my baseline. It's probably going to be the fastest way. I'm going to load 4 out of this shell Caddy. We're going to look at the time right there. Then I'm going to try loading 4 out of the side saddle. We're going to see what that time is. Then I'm going to do 4 out of this Speedfeed guy, and we're going to see what that time is. So let's set it up. Okay, so first load from the belt, weak-hand Caddy. We start with 1 in the chamber. I'm going to start at low ready, aimed at the base of my target, at the very bottom of the D-zone on IPSC paper. Let's see how this goes. All right, so that was a 7.91 for 2 shots, which just kind of shows you how reloading a shotgun on the clock can go. The reload time itself was a 7.25, and my first shot was a 0.66. So we're going to clear this out, and now we're going to try it from the side saddle. Now, one thing that you got to take into account is that if you have a side saddle like this, especially if it's loaded, it is actually a little bit more difficult to load around if you're going underneath the gun. Okay, so now we're going to thumb 4 in off of the side saddle. Now, a little bit about side saddle setup and management. I prefer to keep all my shells base down so I can feed the gun underneath, and if I need to do a chamber load, I simply roll it underneath the receiver. We'll talk about chamber loads in a separate video. But let's set it up. 1 round, 4 off the side saddle, and 1 round. Okay, so that was a 9.68 total time. First shot was probably again about 0.60, and then 9.08 to get 4 shells in the gun. So we'll set it up one more time, and we're going to try loading out of the Speedfeed stock. So now we're going to do 4 rounds out of the Speedfeed stock. The way this is going to work is I'm going to have to pull them out, and then another round is going to backfill in behind it. I have 2 on the left and 2 on the right side of the gun. All right, let's see how this goes. All right, so that was 1470. Now, that wasn't the smoothest, but that to me is about representative of how loading from a Speedfeed stock can go. Again, it was like that one was a 0.56. It took me 14 seconds to put 4 shells into this gun. Now, is it better than having 0 rounds with me? Yes. Is this the way I want to reload? No. Very slow, very inefficient, and you saw how fumbly it was. I dang near lost my second shell out of the left side. So the Speedfeed, is it worth it? I don't know. 6 rounds on the side saddle, 4 on the gun. It's better than not having it, but it's not something I really want to seek out. It is probably something I want to practice, and that is one of the cool things about shotguns. This is probably the hardest part, but you can do this practice for basically free. Buy yourself some dummy shells, and yes, use dummies, not live ammunition. You can practice this if this is something you want to be good at in your basement very, very easily. So those are the 3 methods we can use to feed this pump gun: belt line, side saddle, Speedfeed.